Mamelodi Sundowns tour at Austria comes to an end. They had 5 games, 2 losses, 1 draw, and 2 wins. And I must say, I think the technical team must be happy with how things actually unfolded. Because with pre-season, it's really never about the results, but about the process. How did the players apply themselves with the experimentation of schemes, formations? I think it started slowly, but it gradually cleared up in what Mangoba Mngiti really wanted out of his team. And as a supporter, from the word go, I was never going to be excited by wins or be depressed by losses, irrespective of who we're playing against, whether we're playing a third division side in Morocco or Germany. Really was irrelevant. What was more important was how the team is trying to build blocks, how they're trying to set themselves up for the upcoming season. Yes, I do go by the name of Sensational Football. I talk anything soccer, from Africa to the world and from the world to Africa. A hearty welcome if you're seeing this face and this content for the very first time. Well, on this edition of Sensational Football, we are talking everything Mamelodi Sundowns, the Austria tour, the lessons taken out of the 5 games we played, and the last one on this particular episode, I'll give my best 5. I mean, not best 5, best 11, starting 11 that we should go with against Polokwane City in that MTN 8 quarterfinals on the 3rd of August. It's been an incredible, decent actually. Let me not exaggerate. It's been a decent pre-season. We saw a lot of players. And before I give lessons and other things, let me just get these 2 things out of the way. Welcome to Keegan Johannes from SuperSport. He's a right back. He can also play as a right centre back. I think he's on a 4 or 5 year deal. And the last signing the recent signing we just made is that of Tiwani, a left back from Sekhukhune, a 19-year-old. And so these are exciting times for Mamelodi Sundowns. We're signing them young and keeping them for a while. And welcome to the 2 players. Welcome to Mamelodi Sundowns. If you work hard at Mamelodi Sundowns, you will be rewarded. Number 2, the squad. I think it must be trimmed, definitely. We did have 4 youngsters from the academy or MDC joining the guys in camp. I can say Mabena is still in MDC because he didn't play a lot of games last season for the senior team. So Sia Mabena, Litlaku, Nkosi, and then we had the goalkeeper, Shabalala, and we had Ukoza, who plays as a centre back. This is my honest observation and my opinion on who maybe the club should get rid of. I think it's important to mention that, obviously I'll get to this when I get to the formations, that the formation that Mangoba Mngiti appears to be more inclined to or you're likely to employ for the upcoming season. I think it's important that we need to probably loan out Nkosi, loan out the Tlako, unless they go back to MTC. But when it comes to Siama Bena and the Koza boy, the centre back, I think those 2 can be promoted into the senior side and actually get a lot of minutes this upcoming season. So I am for Mabena staying in the senior team. I am for Koza staying in the senior team, and we must decide what we need to do with Semisiabi. Are we gonna sell him or what? Because I don't think the guy is gonna play. Is gonna get minutes this season yet again. And then you have the goalkeeping department. They should decide what is going to happen. What is the way forward? Because we have a Shabalala that fits so well into this formation that Mangoba Mnuti is going to be employing. It's not different from that Mokoena was using with the aspect of building up from the back. And building up from the back, you must have a very good goalkeeper or who can play the ball very well. Now, when it comes to the older Denis Onyango, the game we watched yesterday, he was just throwing the balls out. Yes, he's still decent, a good shot stopper. But when it comes to playing the ball on his feet, he has improved. But as compared to the other guys, I'm not sure. So I'm not even sure what's the deal with Onyango. Have they extended his contract? Have they given him a year contract or what? It's Jody February, it's Williams, it's Riyad Peterson, it's Chabalala. So there's about 5 of these guys. And I believe the number 1 is clear. It's Williams. I think on that pecking order, Riyad and Jody Peterson is number 2. Now, as to who's the third option between Riyad, Denis, and Chabalala, these guys must just decide. But I think the Chabalala boy is ready for the senior team. I think between Riyad and Denis Onyango, one of those two must be shipped out, loaned out, contract terminated, or maybe one must go coach the youngsters. I am not sure, but this is just my honest observation when it comes to goalkeeper, because with the number 1, it's clear who then replaces the number 1 when Williams is injured. Is it Jody? Is it or is it Chabalala? I am not sure. I'm not sure. Anyway, what are some of the lessons we can take from this Austria, pre-season? We played a third division side, the first game. We played the Ukrainian, UEFA Champions League side in Dynamo Kiev. We then played, what did we play on the third game? We played the English Championship guys, Cardiff from Wales. And then we played on one day, we played 2 games. The Qatari Premiership side, and we played the Saudi Arabian Professional League champions in Al Hilal. It's clear that Mangoba favors a 4-3-3 formation. It looks like it's going to be a rebirth of Jurgen Klopp's 4-3-3, with how Mangoba has actually applied himself or employed how his team should play. He relies a lot on fullbacks that are, or that should be athletic. With the 5 games that we played, we saw Mashiko, and we saw Lisiba Nku, we saw Elunga, and amongst all the guys I've mentioned, our regular left back last season, it was Mutiba, and in all the preseason games we've watched, we did not see Mutiba playing at left back. This probably means that it's bye left back position for the postman, Aubrey Postman Mutiba, and he's now employed in another position, more advanced position. So with that 4-3 system, the fullbacks should be athletic, and they are, because they'll be bombing up and down on those flanks, coming to defend and going up to assist in attack. And another thing you will notice is that with the centre backs, I think we can all agree that the best centre back building up from the back is Rivaldo, and for the system he is perfect. But we can't mention Rivaldo and leave out the defender of the season. From the season we're coming from, I'm talking about Grant Kekan, who was the PSL defender of the season, and he's also decent when it comes to building up from the back. But we do have centre backs who've worked tirelessly for this team, and Libusa has had a brilliant pre-season. RDR will be like a new signing since he was injured for the whole of last season. So we have a Libusa, we have a Rival, we have RDR, The Rock, and we have Mvala, the ever-present Mvala, physical Mvala. And these are people who now will have to wait and see in that first match. Who is Mangoba going to choose? Is he going to go with the tried and tested, Grand Kekana and Mvala, or is he going to partner a Grand Kekana with a new person? Is it going to be a Musa, Libusa? Is it going to be RDR? I do not know. All I know is that whoever starts at the center back in this formation must then be able. I say Rivaldo is the best person to build up from the back, because as much as he was trained as a center back, but he was trained as a center back also with the ability to have that hybrid type of play, where he can play as a center back but be able to break that first defensive line and actually move into the midfield and assist your midfielders. So it's really going to be interesting how Mangoba is going to attack this one. Who is he? Is he going to go with Grant and Rivaldo, or Grant and Musa Libusa, whom I think they've had a very decent pre-season. And then you Mshishi, the advantage with the squad that Mangoba has got this season is that there is a lot of pace up front. A dangerous pace. You have a Mabena, you have a Maseko, you have a Matthews, you have a Murena, you have a Kodisang. So these are players that can, any of them can play together in that front three. So because that's how things, that's how blessed Mangoba is, or this technical team is. They are rich in pace. They are rich in brains. I'm talking about Mshishi, Ribeiro, Esquivel. Those are the brains. Nasir is back. It was good to see Nasir back, getting some minutes and even scoring a penalty. So you have the intelligence, the skills of Nasir, Mshishi, Esquivel, and your Ribeiro. And then you have poachers in Shalulile and salesman Arthur Sales. So Mangoba Mniti is really blessed in all positions. Now I must also put it out there that these are some of the people I've noted to have had a brilliant Austrian pre-season. Mabue played as a number 6, played as a number 8, and he had an excellent pre-season, and he'll definitely be competing for that number 8 position with your Mudiba, with your Allende, with your Mkulise, with your Neo Mayema. So in every position, there's literally all the quality you can get, and it's readily available for a Mangoba Mniti. And then someone else had an incredible preseason was Elisiba Nku, who was more employed as a left back, and he had a good run on that left flank. He was also defending, and you can just tell that these boys, they know the task at hand. The season is will demand so much from them. The expectation is very high, and everyone is aware. And I must also mention the young man, Koza. First game he played with Mvala at centre back, calm on the ball. And I think the more he trains with the senior team, he plays with the senior team, with the likes of Rivaldo, Grant, Libusa, he's going to be better. I believe he should be promoted to the senior team and actually be given minutes here and there together with Sia Mabena. Sia Mabena was the other lively one, the youngest boy, the youngest man in the squad. He was tormenting defenders on the left flank. He was tormenting defenders even on the right. There was a time where they started with Mabena on the left and Maseko on the right. I think the false nine was either Matthews or Esquivel. Doesn't matter who it was, but at some point, because Maseko on his side was really struggling to cut in, and he had to swap with Mabena, and he still did the simple things right, and he's actually even very good in half spaces. I mean, the wider channels are always there for the taking, but he's very good in also cutting in and attacking those half spaces. So he had a very, very decent. And one player, I still believe he's the best finisher by far at Mamelodi Sundowns. Maybe him and Ribeiro, they are on the same level in terms of finishing and being clinical. I'm talking about Tashreeq Matthews. Tashreeq Matthews on my books, he starts any day. Any day. I don't care. You might remove someone else in that front three, but Tashreeq Matthews must start, because any chance he gets, it's either a save or it's on target or it's a goal. So Tashreeq had a brilliant preseason. Now, someone else was asking me, who is the spine of Mamelodi Sundowns, and who are they going to build around? Because if you know your spine, then it's easy to put all these other puzzles around. I think number one is clear. It's very clear. Now, this is my starting 11. And before I just mentioned the starting 11, the movement of with the 4-3-3 formation, the guys up top, it's really difficult for an opposition side to analyze them, because it's all about the movement. I mean, the interchanging of positions in that front three. Even if you have a big man that can hold up balls for the two guys to play more centrally, in other days you will have you won't have a big man, but you'll have players who can play false nine. Like, for instance, Mshishi played as a false nine in most of the games in this preseason. So if you have Mshishi, Tashreeq and Ribeiro, it's going to be a lot of movement. It's going to be a lot of interchanging of positions. So the system is all about a lot of energy, a lot of pressing. I mean, Mangoba kept on shouting, counter press, let's press. The 4-3-3 formation is really all about, after you've lost the ball, the intention is to get back the ball as quickly as you can. And with such a formation, you can't have lazy players. You lose the ball, everyone presses, everyone hunts for the ball, and when you get the ball again, it's that's what I've noticed with the Mangoba. He does not want a lot of delays, just circulation of the ball unnecessarily. He really wants the ball to move quicker into the forward dangerous areas, which is exciting to see for the upcoming season. Now, the spine of this Mamelodi Sundowns, according to me, number one, Williams. No arguments there. And I think the most trusted defender is actually a Grant Kekana. I mean, a lot of these players, they trust Grant Kekana. So it's Williams, it's Grant Kekana, and then it's Mukwena. Then you have Mshishi. I'm not going to give anything up front, but those are for the four trusted guys: Williams, Grant, Mukwena, and Mshishi. Mshishi is aging, and we must use him intelligently. We can't play 90 minutes game in and game out with the number of games that are awaiting us. So we have to put someone else to build around. For example, a Ribeiro is as good. And so yeah. So this is my starting 11. The best starting 11 that I think Mangoba Mngiti should start with in that first game on the 3rd of August against Polokwane City, MTN 8 game. Williams, number 1. The back 4 is Mudau. Right center back is Kekane. Left center back is Rivaldo. And then left back, this one will come as a shock. I will go with Nku. Nku has really impressed me. Mashiho is I don't know, man. He's not improving. He is not improving, and I would not be shocked if he could be shipped out as well or loaned back to Cape Town City or whoever is interested. So Nku, Rivaldo, Gran Kekana, and a Khuliso Mudau. The midfield 3, 6, I will give it to Tebogo Mokoena. The 2 advanced number 8, I will have to give it to the postman. Mudiba had an incredible preseason as well. So Mudiba and Marcelo Allende. Marcelo Allende is an incredible footballer. Intelligent, technically gifted, knows what to do with the ball before it reaches his feet. So yeah, that midfield 3 will be a Tebogo Mokoena behind, in front of Tebogo Mokoena will be a Mudiba and an Allende. And the front 3, I will still give it to Mshishi, Matthews, and Ribeiro. But if we're playing with the purpose of having a big man up top, I will sacrifice Mshishi and I will put Sales up front. So it will be Sales, Matthews, and a Ribeiro if it requires us to have a big man up top. Yes, I do go by the name of Consistency Football. And if you're seeing this space and this content for the very first time, that is just me trying to, break down Mamelodi Sundowns. And I think if people are undermining this team because of the departure of Mokoena and maybe the first 2 losses in preseason, I even saw Vilagazi. He didn't even have Mamelodi Sundowns in his top 3. So clearly people think that the departure of the technical team members are going to affect Mamelodi Sundowns. It is going to be, so sweet if Mangoba Mngiti can prove these critics wrong. I really want Mangoba to do well, but by how things have shaped up in the last 3 games, you can tell that the boys are adapting to the new tactics and strategies of the manager. Exciting times going forward, and do not forget to like this video. Give me your best 11. What do you think is Mamelodi Sundowns' best 11 or Mangoba's best 11 for that matter? Do you agree with me that Liseba Mku is best suited at left back, or do you think Mashiho or Lunga should be there? Do you think the players I've mentioned as to being shipped out, is it a year or a nay? I don't know, but do comment on the comment section below, and don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends on all other social media platforms. And I end it there by saying, may my God bless you all.